I'm filming. So watch the moment.
As the light shines through, guess who's back? It's the zombie Jew. He's really pissed at the unmarried fornicators.
We're here, buddy.
I know, I'm so excited.
But
my viewers don't know what you look like. This is the hag. So this is the hag.
So the towers fell, and the earth did quake.
Wow.
Just a little taste of his vengeance. America, prepare for your fate. When the trumpets sound, he will astound. Watch the rivers turn to blood. The sinners cry, the dead will rise. Judgment day has come. Are you ready to rapture our Savior as you spurn? He loves you forever, but the unbelievers must burn. When the zombie Jew returns. His theme park in the sky. Are you ready to rapture? The Savior has returned. He loves you forever.
I gotta turn my manual focus on.
He could be the president somewhere around here, right? With a microchip planted by the beast. He's going to tend to tease ya. Use evolution to deceive ya. When the final battle comes, will you be a chosen one? Are you ready to rapture? On a white horse you will ride. Revenge will be so sweet.
There you go.
Ladies and gentlemen, am I on? Can you hear me?
That sounds familiar.
Ladies and gentlemen, next up is a personal friend of mine, the author of Aching and Praying, Mr. Ronell Adams.
Welcome to Washington and Gomorrah. Alright. Busy, soda pop, guy. Once on a street at the bottom of your town, lived two families. Their houses were nice and looked very alike. The Boone's on the left and the Browns on
That's
the
the
right.
line?
Now at the Boone house lived
Yeah.
Mr. and Mrs., two kids and a cute little beagle named Biscuit. And every weekend they charged up their car motor, sped off to their church,
Oh, that's,
and prayed to Lord
I don't
Soda.
know. No, there's all kinds
Now
of
at
porta
the
potties
Brown
over
house
there.
was a similar sight. The Mr. and Mrs. and two little tykes. They went about life quite the same as the other, except they had a kitten, Persian, named Butter. And when they went to church, same street, different block, they clapped, they sang, and they prayed. So
Well, I don't know where the hell to get shirts at.
now the Boone said Lord Soda was the truth and the light. That he made
There's the White House.
the day and the night. A six-pack in 6 days he made it all right. And burped on the 7th and gazed with the sprites.
Wow.
And that if you believe with all of your might, he'll grant you a second, more magical life. So, when you have joy in your heart and your fortunes are stacking, give thanks to Lord Soda, because he made it happen. And when you feel sad, teary, and gray, who knows, he works in the busiest, mysterious ways. Anyways, just drink the Kool-Aid, soda, and praise. Now for those who say, hey, I don't think that's the truth, They'll be boiled in seltzer with monsters and spooks, ghouls and goblins and demons and brutes for not having faith or waiting for proof. Now the Browns said the same thing, except for that whole name thing. You see, while the Boone said Lord Soda was worth all the praise, the Browns said Lord Pop was the only true way. Well, one day, all the kids played outside in the sun. They got along well and laughed and had fun. And then came the voice of Mrs. Boone at the gate with cookies and soda, calling them all in for a break. As they headed inside for a quick little snack, Mr. Brown saw it all through his window and snapped. How dare those Boones shame the great god of pop? Come quick, or they'll brainwash our innocent tots. They stormed towards their house, stomping right through their floor. The nerve of those Boones.
You can check us out on the internet. Give me a phone call or email.
They rushed into the kitchen and snatched up their cups. Our faces and eyes seen. Well, Mrs. Boone shouted back, pointing her finger and saying,
I was just saying that he was trying to get through.
Oh. It's for pagans. Then that was it. They all went ballistic. The Browns on the Boones, even butter on biscuit. Things just got worse when the neighbors caught sight. Some soda, some Popeye, all joined in the fight, cursing and thumps over bruising and bumps, accusing their neighbors and feuding and such. All trust in gods, but no faith in each other, led the Boones and the Browns to hate one another. And now, there was violence and anger and AIDS, and all over taste, a thrall over faith. Now, the mess grew bigger than Lord Pop and Lord Soda. Then there's Lord Tommy.
You're all getting debaptized tonight. Hi, heathens! It has taken a lot of people, a lot of years to put this event together. I hope you all have a great time. But if you go home with something to take, without something to take back with you, this will have been for nothing. You guys know the statistics. We are the least trusted, the least electable minority group in this country, but we can change that. So let me suggest a few ways that we could do that. And if you take me seriously, we can make a profound difference in how atheists are perceived and treated in America. Number one, run for public office. Do you want your child's school district to be run by creationists? Do you want your health care in the hands of legislators whose faith tells them women shouldn't have total control over their bodies? Do you want a congressperson who believes we live in a Christian nation, or a senator who created the U.S. Office of Alternative Medicine? Then get on the ballot. You don't need to run for president, you don't even need to run for Congress right now, but run for city council. Run for your local school board. Run for class president if you're in college or high school. If your city has a dog catcher election, we need more rational thinkers in public office. People who know how to tell truth from fiction and ask good questions and think critically. Pete Stark needs some company. And if we don't run for office, the religious right will. Number two, support your local free thought communities. There is strength in numbers, and we have the numbers, but you would never know it if you go to a lot of meetups. And we can raise awareness that we're out there. We can put up billboards, we can let people know we're good without God, we can volunteer for local charities that need the support, and we can lobby all those politicians who care more about the Bible than the Constitution. But we cannot do it alone. If you don't have a local group, start a local group. We can't grow the movement if people don't know we're out there. Next thing, we have to let people know we're atheists, like Dave said. I know that's easier said than done. I remember when I applied for my first job, I removed every reference to atheism when I submitted my resume. I didn't think I would get the job if they knew the truth about me. But not every conversation has to begin with, "Hi, I'm Hemmons and I'm an atheist." And not every declaration of disbelief has to be a big deal. When all of you are on the flight back home or the train ride back home, and the person next to you asks you why you were in DC, tell them you were at a rally with thousands of other atheists. And then say it with a smile. If you're on a date and religion comes up, tell the person you're with that you don't believe in God, and then carefully watch for the reaction. That's just good life advice right there. You don't have to yell, you don't have to scream, you don't have to type in all caps. You just have to be honest about who you are. And if you do it, you'll help other people do it too. And finally, help young atheists.
Yeah!
When I was 14, actually scratch that. I discovered reality when I was 14. I didn't know what to do with that information though. I was always taught that atheists are bad people. I didn't know any other atheists. And even now, when there are books and blogs and podcasts and videos about atheism, a lot of young atheists feel alone. So how can you help? Where are the college students out here? If you start a group on your campus for secular students, the Secular Student Alliance, the Center for Inquiry will be glad to help you. If you are already part of a group, as I know a lot of you are, talk to your friends at other campuses and start a group there. If you still have friends in high school, talk to them and get a group started at their high school. When they're that young, it's important that they realize it's okay to be an atheist. I'm a high school math teacher, and I would never tell my students that some numbers are imaginary, kind of like God. But it turns out a lot of my students know that I'm an atheist. And it's not because I bring it up, but it's because I'm so public about it outside of work. In the 5 years that I've been teaching, students have come up to me before class, and it's because I'm the only adult atheist that they know. And they tell me that their pastor said something in church over the weekend that they didn't agree with. Or they tell me they don't want to go through their confirmation, but their parents are making them. Or they'll say they're not sure how to tell their parents that they don't believe in God. And my response to them is always the same. You didn't do your homework, did you? But if you work with children, if you work with teenagers, you can help them feel less alone by helping them start a group where they can discuss these thoughts and their fears. It's never easy for them, we can help them out. And in fact, I know a lot of you know of at least one high schooler here who stood up to her administration and her city. She sued her school district because of an illegal prayer banner that they had up in their auditorium. They said nasty things about her when she filed that lawsuit, and they said worse things about her after she won that lawsuit. A state representative from Rhode Island called her an evil little thing. Local florists wouldn't even deliver flowers to her, but she stood her ground, she kept calm, and she showed the world what an intelligent young woman with the facts and the law on her side could do. Jessica Alquist is a hero to a lot of us, and you'll hear from her in a second. On Friendly Atheist, on my website, I asked people if they would chip in to give her a scholarship for college. Another group even created shirts that a lot of you are wearing that say evil little thing on them. And the American Humanist Association offered to hold on to all of that money for Jessica in the future. So I'd like to invite Royce Beckhart from the AHA on stage, and I'd like to invite Jessica on stage while we're at it. Jessica, with the help of thousands of donors, it is my honor to present you with this check for $62,618. So many of us to remain vigilant about the fight for church-state separation. To everyone, please take those action steps. Support the atheists who do whenever you can. Whether we like it or not, we are all spokespeople for atheism, so let's make it look good. Thank you.
That young lady, for standing up for her beliefs and for standing up for her rights under the Constitution of these United States of America, was maligned, berated, degraded. It was despicable.
She has suffered a lot of hate. Please, I want her to come out and speak to you all right now. Show her the love. Show her the love. Everything she stands for, everything she fought for in her young life. Put everything on the line. Please give her the love, Jessica Holocaust.
I have a confession to make. I am the evil little thing. That seems to be my identity these days. So, why am I here? I don't necessarily feel like I belong here. I don't think I'm as experienced as the other speakers here. I'm the youngest speaker here. I'm undoubtedly the smallest speaker here. This movement, when I think of this movement, the first thing that comes to mind are the students in it. Can all the students, like, raise your hands? Yeah, I would say that's most of you. And I think what the students in this movement are doing is amazing. And I think it's what brings people together in the biggest way. I witnessed firsthand people all over the world come together to support me and what I was doing. And that's something that I can't begin to express in words, how good it feels. I began all of this when I was a freshman in high school. And it inevitably ended up becoming a lawsuit with the ACLU against my city. And I won that lawsuit in January. But, you know, some people don't necessarily like to see it that way. And since then, there's been everything. You can't imagine the things that I've heard in school. I'll walk down a hallway and people will say, "Ew, it's the atheist." There have been people on the internet, obviously. There was a state representative, Peter Palumbo, who did call me an evil little thing. But, you know, I should give him some credit in a way. Because, yeah, he gave me a good title there. So, what I said before about this movement, I think the students are really an important part of that. And today I want to say that I'm here not because, you know, I'm an accomplished biologist or a famous writer or anything along those lines, but I'm here because I'm a student. And I'm here to tell you that what I did can be done by anybody. I've made so many friends, and this whole community has changed my life in more ways than I'll ever even realize. And I think I could just talk all day about how thankful I am. It wouldn't be enough. This community, for a person who felt completely alone, completely rejected by people in her school, or in her community, even old friends. This community changed everything. And I'm looking and I can't even see an end to the number of people standing here. we'll always remember the very first Reason Rally, the biggest secular event in world history. And I'm so glad to be here and thank all of you. I love you, and you are all evil little things to me.
Jessica Alquist.
It tells me nothing. With everlasting grace.
I recently wrote an album called An Atheist Album, and I'm still writing more songs, so this one's not on there, but it's a new one, so I might have to make another one. This one's called My Morality, and it talks about how morality is not solely belonging to religious people, and we can be moral, and we can be good, and we can do it with reason.
I found it first.
My morality has nothing to do with the Bible or the verses.
Aren't unique. There are millions of young students out there who'd be open to the case for reason if there were someone there to make it. And that is why we need to invest in the students. You know, the late teens and early 20s is such a crucial age. Minds are opening up, exploring new ideas, and challenging the dogmas of their parents. Campus Crusade for Christ knows this. They've been doing it for 60 years, saying, win the campus today and change the world tomorrow. 60 years promoting faith over reason on campus. That is what we're up against. But here's the good news. We at the Secular Student Alliance are catching up.